Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Welcome you all again in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif. As you know that this is Pakistan International School, Taif, virtual class for class second year students. Subject is computer science and today is our third lecture. Teacher name, all of you know that, Imran Ahmed. Okay, let's start our topic. We have already started the chapter number 1. Feedback of chapter number 1 is we have started the chapter number 1, which is operating system. It is loading. Let Our previous topic was we were discussing about discuss some commonly used operating system. Yesterday on previous lecture we was discussed DOS operating system, Windows operating system, and Mac operating system. Also Unix operating system. Our last topic was compare excuse me, compare DOS with Windows operating system. So few points are there. Watch over here, total 10 points from each Windows and DOS. So DOS is major difference is this. DOS is command base and Windows is graphical user interface. Another major difference, DOS is single user operating system and Windows is multi-user operating system. Today our topic is describe different types of operating system. Different types of operating system. Different types of operating systems are as follows. Number 1, batch processing operating system. The batch processing operating system executes a set of same types of jobs. Automatically, a set of similar job is known as batch. Similar job is known as batch. Let's say a printer. Whenever you give the command to a printer, what happened? For example, you give the command to print out the 3 pages. So it is batch. 3 pages, first page, then second page, then third page. So it is batches. It is called the batches. So a set of similar jobs. So the responsibility of printer is to print out the page. So it is similar job. A set of similar job is known as batch. It performs same types of task on jobs in the batch. All jobs in batch are executed one after the other. One after the other means first execute, then second execute, then third execute. Let's say I give you the example in networking when there is only one printer is there. So if a user give the command to print out, so first his job will be completed. It means that first batch will be executed, then second, then third, up to so on. The batch processing is an easy and efficient way of processing the same types of jobs. It is very useful for tasks that require similar processing. For example, the disk can use batch operating system on the bank accounts of all customers to detect monthly fees. So let's say check it whenever the fees of the any bank have the deduction of fee. So what happened? On the basis of month, at the end of each month, all the account holder, those account holder which have the account in the bank, which is going to deduct their fees, so automatically their fees will be deducted. It will be done by applying similar processing on all bank accounts. Similar processing on all bank accounts means why there in zakat system in Pakistan. Over here, not zakat system is not introduced in banking system, but in Pakistan, zakat system is present on the first of Ramadan. Every account holder which have the account in a bank, automatically they detect, bank detect their 2.5% from each account. So this one is called the batch process. So the batch processing is normally performed using the powerful mainframe computer. For this purpose, they use which computer? Mainframe computer. So this one is called the batch processing operating system. Next is multi-programming operating system. The multi-programming operating system loads one or more programs in main memory and execute them using single CPU. Watch over here, single. Watch at the bottom of the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to so on. What happened? Multi-programming operating system. The multi-programming operating system loads one or more programs in main memory and execute them using a single CPU. Watch over here in my laptop, there is only one CPU is attached. So what happened? I open how many programs? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am watching over there. 5 folders or 5 programs are already loaded. Where they are loaded? Where they are reside? They are reside in RAM. It executes one program at a time. One program at a time means watch over here. Currently, you are watching this page. If I click another page, then you will watch. So it means that one after another. It executes one program at a time, while the other programs wait in a queue. Other programs wait in a queue. Queue means first in, first out, or last in, last out. So which command or which program will be execute first, which program is will be loaded first, it will be executed first. So which program loaded last, it will be executed at the last. So this one is called the queue. The definition of queue is FIFO or LILO. FIFO means first in, first out, or last in, last out. Check there, if you are standing in a bank line system where there is deposit their bills or whatever, so they make a line. So who come first, he will be processed first, and those who come at the last, he will be processed at the last. So this one is called the queue. The CPU execute the other programs in the queue when the first program is busy with input or output operation. So if the input output operation is performed, let's say printer, so CPU will perform the another operation. In this way, the multi-programming operating system uses CPU time. So it should be, let's say CPU time is 2 millisecond or 1 millisecond, whatever the speed of a computer is, and other computer resources to improve the performance. So this one is called the multi-programming operating system. Next topic is multitasking operating system. Multitasking. One above was multi-programming. Now we are studying multitasking operating system allows the user to perform multiple tasks at the same time on the computer with single CPU. For example, the user can edit a text document while web page is being loaded. Let's say you are open the Chrome browser, also you are doing the typing in MS Word. So this is called the multitasking. This one is called the multitasking. For example, I am reading at a moment Adobe Reader. This one is Adobe Reader. Now I open another program. This one is another program. So this one is called the multitasking. Currently, we are performing the two tasks. So this one is known as multitasking operating system. For example, the user can edit a text document while a web page is being loaded in the browser. A single CPU actually cannot execute more than one task at a time. Single CPU cannot execute more than one time. However, it rapidly switches between the task. Rapidly switches between the task. Let's say you are watching currently this screen. Now I will switch. Let's say this one. So this one is called switching. Another screen is off. Now this one is on. So this one is called the switches. However, it rapidly switches between the task, and it appears that all tasks are being executed at the same time. It looks like that all tasks are performing at the same time, but actually now currently task is executed this Adobe Reader. So next topic, next number 4, time sharing operating system. The time sharing operating system execute multiple programs at the same times by sharing the CPU time among them. Multiple programs at the same time, but by sharing the CPU time. Let's say there are number of programs are loaded and there is one CPU. So CPU provide them 2 seconds to each. Let's say 4 programs are present over here. Let's say 2 seconds for execution of this program. Let 2 seconds for this program, 2 seconds for this program, 2 seconds. So this is called the time sharing. CPU is shared its time among the number of different program. So this one is called the time sharing. It gives a very short period of CPU time. Short period means millisecond. I was using the second. It depends on the speed of a computer. So it is called the short period of a time to each program one by one. The time period is known as time slice. At that time we called it time slice or quantum. This one is also known as quantum or time slice. A program is executed for the allocated time period. So if the program having the time period or quantum of 2 seconds, it must be completed within a 2 second. Otherwise, if it is large program, if it is not executed in 2 seconds, then what happened? It will again transfer at the back side of the queue, at the back side of the queue, then waiting for its own turn. So the control is transferred to the next program when the time is over. When the time is over, control transfer to the next program. The program waits for the next time period if it is not finished. I give you the example. Let's say program needs to finish in 3 seconds. Needs to finish in 3 seconds. But the CPU time slice is 2 seconds. Then what happened? Then CPU give that program 2 seconds. After the 2 seconds, again this program will be exit from the processor and then enter into the queue again. So it's 1 second will be remaining. Then it will be the next program will be loaded. Next program will assign the 2 second. Then next program will be assigned 2 second. If it is complete, if any program will be complete, then it will be vanish from the processor, and if it is not complete, then again it comes to the processor one by one in a queue. All programs are executed in a cycle. Cycle means like this one by one by one, like this one. All programs are executed in a cycle. The switching of CPU is so quick. So quick means we currently, I said 2 seconds for each program. So it actually depends on the millisecond, because nowadays computers are very fast. So you cannot assume that your program is executed simultaneously at a time your program, but actually processor is allocated a 2 second for, then it will comes to the queue. So all the operation is very fast. It is known as, you will be feel like it is executed at once, but actually it is not. All programs are executed in a cycle. The switching of CPU is so quick that each user thinks that the computer is only performing his job. Watch over here. Computer is performing his job. Actually, it is not his job. Another jobs are also present and computer is also executing another jobs. The time sharing operating systems are typically used on mini computer. Where? On mini computers and mainframe computers. Mini computer and mainframe computers. These computers supports a large number of users in the big organization, such as airlines and banks, etc. So watch I give you the example of banks. Let's say your account is in NCB account, and you are standing over the in a line, and you are performing. At the same time, another user withdraw his amount from another ATM machine. So you will feel that you are only performing your job, but actually many other users are performing their also job. So you feel that you are the alone who's performing his job, but actually in another branches of kingdom or wherever the branch of NCB is present, ATM is present, many people are withdrawing their amounts. So this one is known as time sharing operating system. Next is real time operating system. The real time operating system execute a job within a specific time period. Specific time period means they are dedicated for one purpose. It completes the given task and responds very quickly. Given task. Let's say radar system is a real-time operating system. Radar system where there, because when any missile is attacked on a country, so if the computer is not respond at that time, then what happened? It can be damage for all. But real time are dedicated, the computers over there are fixed for performing a specific task. So at the real time, whenever they detect at that time, they don't think they attack back. So this one is called the real time. The given task can respond very quickly, The real time operating system are designed for very complex tasks, They are used in fields where a quick response is critical. Some applications of real-time operating systems are as follows. Number one, industrial system such as oil refinery, airplane guidance system, GPS system, you can say that, traffic control system, monitor the position of a rocket in the space. So these are the places where real-time system is necessary. Traffic control system is the best example, because whenever you cross the speed of in highway more than 140, like you are going to the Medina and you are crossing the speed 140 and camera is over there, if it is not respond at that time, then what happened? You are passing out. But whenever you cross the camera on the road with the speed of 140 on a highway, then he will capture at once. So this one is called the real time. They are using the real time operating system. Next, multiprocessor operating system. Till now we have studied multiprocessing. Okay, now multiprocessor. Multiprocessor means more than one processor is used. We have listened many times that more than we can use more than one USB in a computer system. But is it possible? Can we use more than one processor? Means more than one CPU. So if any system is using more than one processor, that one is called multiprocessor operating system. The definition of multiprocessor operating system is multiprocessor operating system supports two or more processor. Not one or not, they don't say the one. They supports two or more than two processor executing program at the same time. Now one program, and for one program there are two processor or more than two processor are available. Think and assume that If there are two processors executing your job, then it should be very, very fast instead of one processor. At the same time, within a single computer system is only one, but the processor are two, three, four, up to so on number of processor can be used. All CPUs, all CPUs means all microprocessor of a computer share the same main memory. Share the same main memory means RAM is only one, ROM is one, but processor are number of processors. And input output devices like keyboard is one, mouse is one, but processor are number of processors. Multiprocessor operating system are used to process a large amount of data at very high speed. It improves the processing speed. The computer needs complex architecture to support multiprocessing. Complex architecture means if you open your system box, watch over there, there are one main board is motherboard is present, one CPU is present, one RAM is present. So different devices, internal devices are present. But for this purpose, multiprocessor specific complex architecture to support multiprocessing. So this one is called multiprocessor operating system. Next is parallel processing operating system. The parallel processing operating system supports the execution of programs on multiple processors at the same time. At the same, multi-processors are multiple and jobs are multiple. They are dealing with the same. So parallel jobs and processor perform. So task, each and everything will perform parallel. Let's say there are 5 processor and 5 programs are there to be executed. What happened then? Operating system like this assign one job to each processor, because I give you the example, if there are 5 processor and 5 programs are there to be executed, then each processor will carry one processor. So this one is called the parallel processing. It divides a big task into many smaller tasks. It could be possible, like say, like you want to print out the million of papers. Then what happened? So first 50,000 in one printer, second 50,000 in another printer. So it will be possible to print out the reduce the number of time slices. And it could also be possible if your program has the number of bytes more than, then CPU divide that programs into number of pieces. So this one is known as smaller task. So each one is divided into smaller tasks that are executed on different processor simultaneously. It is suitable for the large and complex programs that requires too much calculation at the same time. Too much calculation at the same time. These operating systems are used in where these kind of operating system are used in supercomputers that have thousands of processor, that have not a one, thousands of processor. For example, watch your Facebook account, like whole the world is using. So in order to keep their data and manage their data, they are using that kind of supercomputers where number of processors are thousands and more than, could be more than 1,000. I think today is enough. Inshallah, tomorrow we will complete this topic. So today is enough. So pray for me, pray for all Muslims. Take care. Allah Hafiz.